Eddie is quiet.
It's hard. I think I was holding Eddie's speaker, which is right over his butthole.
Either that or Eddie has laryngitis.
Right. Good evening to you, Charles.
Good evening, everybody. It is Friday night.
Begins.
It's Friday night, Seth, and that means one thing. It's time for a Guitar Safari.
What's up to everybody in the chat and to Charles? Sorry, Charles. Did I say
tonight? Right? I think we got a good topic tonight.
Well, because there'd been a lot of beginner guitar going around, and that inspired me, and I think probably inspired you too because you jumped right on it. It's like we oftentimes get ahead of ourselves in our guitar playing journey because what you see is not the real, typically what we see is the people that are the most advanced, right? And you got to start with easier songs. And I know that our community can throw a ton of stuff out there for all of our peeps that you just want to, get going, and we'll have some good ideas. I know I do. I've got some good ideas around that. Why? Because I teach kids how to play rock.
I am jealous already looking at the chat because folks have gone to places I never thought of going to, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it since you and I, were talking about the topic the other night, and I was like, I don't know if I can really remember the first song.
Well,
and I was having a hard time nailing down. Now I do know I could remember the first kind of songs where I was like, yeah, that one, right? That's the one I want to.
I gotta learn that one, right? Yeah,
and I did, but the actual first one I couldn't place for sure. But I have ones that I'm proud of.
Yeah. And I like it when you hear a song at first and you're like, oh man, geez, that sounds tough. There's no way I'll ever get that.
Yeah.
And then eventually you get to playing it and then you're like, oh, I leveled up. Because I remember saying, oh my God, I'll never get to that. And here I am, I'm playing that. And then you start to attain the next level or whatever, or next thing. It's always fun to find the next thing. And there are kids in my high school that are, you could say, technically better than me.
No.
I'm comfortable with saying that. Like if that's what you want to do. Now, if you take me in the same,
when I was teaching,
yeah,
he could play the whole John Mayer catalog.
Yeah, and sound really good doing it. Now that kid, I'd still be comfortable standing up on a stage and playing next to, well, some kids are just prodigies, they're going to smoke me, but playing like off the cuff, how you feel stuff, or coming at that kid with something that's not John Mayer or whatever it is. Because, you get comfortable in your style of playing.
Yeah.
It's not everybody's. I do what I do. So.
Well, let's say hello to some people here.
Say what's up. Let's say what's up and take a sip.
And we have a friend that I hadn't seen in a while. For Phil S. Norwich Guitar is in the chat.
Phil?
And Phil, welcome back. I hadn't seen you in a while. Appreciate you being here. He said the Black Page is a good one for starters. Good to know.
Okay. Yep.
And we got Earl Colai asking us what we're drinking. Well,
okay.
I got a St. Arnold's root beer here.
I've got the bubbly water and Odwalla juice in here.
And I'm feeling the peer pressure from Earl because if you notice the hair, I need another haircut.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Happy
haircut. Oh, looks good.
Cushman NYC is in the chat and he's like, hey, smoke on the water.
Oh,
I've heard this one a lot. Yeah.
Smoke bum 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 bum. Yep, that's a good one
for sure.
Yeah.
And we got Herb of Fireside Studios, and Herb put out another playing video today. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Good to know. I will go there and peep it out because I haven't gotten to it either. I've got to nothing this last week. I've been busy as can be with family.
A fella has had a busy work Friday for sure. I literally vegged for an hour after I got off.
Totally. Just to like recover. Yeah.
No more.
Brain boost. Have some almond butter.
We got Michael Krause in the chat saying Ingve for Far Beyond the Sun. Lots of fun campfires.
Okay, so Ingve Far Beyond the Sun. How hard is it? Because we're talking beginners, right? Is that something to aspire to, or is it something that a beginner can play? Because
Well, and I was thinking about this too, because it's like, okay, there's those questions. There's always a song that everybody wants to play when they first start.
yeah, like
And that's not
Eruption.
always the best song for you to learn first, right?
Well, if a kid says, "Can I learn Eruption?" I had a kid say the other day, "Can I learn Seek and Destroy?" And I had to be like, "No." I mean, can you learn it? Maybe. Will it
Eventually.
sound good? Will it sound good? No. Like, we got to work on fundamentals right now. Like, you know what I mean? And still have fun. Don't get me wrong. And there's fun songs. Oh, Keep on Rocking in the Free World. Fantastic. Because when it goes down to the G chord in the chorus on the Keep on Rocking, that's a powerful moment for a beginner. And you get to feel that where everybody lands in, because the bass, I'm pretty sure, is in a higher register, and then they come down to a low, everybody lands on a low G, and it just feels good. And you can see it on kids' faces when they get that. Like,
Well, and and there's the other side of it that maybe we explore later in the show of maybe the songs that you should not learn in the beginning, right? The songs that are so difficult they're going to turn you off and you're going to give up, right?
Or they're just bad songs that we hate and we wanted to.
But we've got Patrick Trites here with us as well, saying good AA, and his first song was AC/DC TNT.
Yep, because I'm TNT. I teach that first on drums.
And we got Mac of McCollum Music here, Day Tripper, the Beatles, and Smoke on the Water incorrectly.
God, I wish I knew more of the Beatles catalog.
I picture a guy like Matt, and I don't immediately figure him for a Beatles guy out the box.
Well, he's probably not, but he probably just knows it as a good.
That's where he started, sure.
Yeah, exactly. The Beatles. I miss the Beatles. I didn't like them. I didn't like the Beatles. Don't like them now.
The funny thing about the Beatles, there's so many different styles tied up in the Beatles, right?
I never liked any of them.
There's a little bit of something for everybody within there.
Not for me.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I probably have tapped my foot
with avocado toast and.
Hey Jude, but I mean, I can get into it, I guess. I mean, I am gonna. But if there's a button that goes elsewhere on the radio,
you're gonna pick it. Okay, I got you.
And if it goes over and it's like, I'd listen to that.
There you go. Well, we got brother Randy Crooks in the chat saying hello to both you and I. And he would like to say that this community is by far some of the best people he's ever encountered.
Best dancers.
He said, you're all phenomenal people. Love you for all of your support. Appreciate you, Randy.
Yeah, buddy. Heck yeah, bud. Can't wait to make your next one.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool news on the Randy front, by the way.
What? Oh, yeah.
I told, of course, he lost all the guitars, right?
Right.
And so I am going to redo the Acid Drop Telecaster for him.
Nice. You got the same.
I've already got. I found the fabric.
Yes.
Winning. Which at this point I shouldn't be able to find the fabric.
Right.
But I have the fabric. It is going to be here by Sunday, I think it is. Nice. And I've already got the rest of the guitar ready to go, so we can move into production on this baby.
So, that is amazing. Can't wait to see.
A little bit of a challenge, so it'll be fun. And we got Terry 3Gs saying good evening to all and hope everyone is safe and well.
What up, Terry?
This cold flu as he's been for a week now. Yeah, you got to get better, my friend. You got to, you've been getting kind of down for a while there.
Well, some of these viruses going down will keep you out for a while, like the RSV one on you in the chest. It's taking people out for a while. I'm sorry,
and Terry's first song was "Mary Had a Little Lamb."
Oh,
on the guitar, and not the SRV version, not the Stevie Ray Vaughan version.
Well, that takes a little while to get.
That would have been a better story, though, Terry. I'm just saying.
Yeah, to that next level, may take a minute, right?
And we got brother Eddie Fay, and he agrees. Day Tripper from the Beatles is a good one to start with.
Heck yeah. Bummer that I'd never be able to make Randy's guitar exactly again. I could make the same guitar, but you know what I mean, because of the wood job. So I mean, like finding the fabric is amazing because you can do, but the wood tops that I get are pretty damn good. So I could make him another amazing guitar. There is a sister to that guitar that's at Bananas at Large right now for sale. Hold on.
And it'll be pretty much all the same except for the back and the neck. We gotta figure it's an unfinished neck in the back, so I gotta figure out what we're gonna do with it. And
true oil.
That's what we've got a headstock that I have to shape on this one. And so I'm probably gonna go with a traditional telly shape rather than what was more the Warmouth neck had more of a strat shape on it.
Right
on the headstock.
Well, out of a strat shape, you can definitely form a telly shape. So it's not like you're missing wood that you won't be able to make it.
So we got Blue Mox. He is in the chat, and I hope he is doing well. His first song was "House of the Rising Sun." Might be a good one. You said.
Yep.
And Eddie Faye.
Oh wait, yep.
Fire.
There he is. One, house in. Yeah, that is actually a really good.
It's a nice simple song, yeah.
And another one with a lot of feeling because you're going to be feeling the lyrics so much.
Well, and that's the one. That's one of those ones where you could play and sing and feel really good about yourself, right?
Yeah, like you're going to be into the lyrics so much that you'll forget that you're going to offset your guitar. But yeah.
And we got Dashley Dave in the chat saying "Sup all."
What up, DD?
And Randy Crooks comes back and telling us, "Yep, it was the first song taught to him in '75 was House of the Rising Sun. It was the first song that he learned from sheet music, though, was Stairway to Heaven, and that was around 2014. So,
and now it's forbidden. Sorry, Randy. That's so messed up. They went and did that to you.
Let's see. Who
I like to play Stairway too. When I pick up a guitar, just to hear the timbre, it like gives you a good clue of how that thing's going to look and feel. I mean,
there's a reason why that song was overplayed so much. It was good,
right. And also that there actually was a house in New Orleans. There was.
How did I know you were going to go there? How did I know you were going to do that?
Rising sun.
Well, hello there, Wayne McConnell.
What up, Wayne?
Say hello.
Wayne in the membrane.
For him, that first song, Seth, was "It's Dead Flowers."
Dead Flowers. I don't know the song.
I don't know this song. I don't. Maybe it's one of those songs where you know it, but you don't know the name. I don't know.
I knew that this was going to be a little bit of a test for my brain cells.
For sure. And Blue Mox says the rhythm to Hotel California is also good to learn out the box.
Oh, yeah.
We got Brother Ken, Hip Metal Work, saying good day. Hey, cheers to both me and Seth. Hello. And
what up, Hip?
The rest of the chat.
Good day. Good day.
And Searching Brian is in the chat with, hey, Diddy Ho Neighbors. Diddly Ho Neighbors. Diddly Ho Neighbors. Did he just call us hoes? I don't know.
He called me a diddly ho.
He called you a diddly ho.
Searching for tone. Go over it. Brian's got great. I saw the PRS video.
Yep.
I like his videos. He's great.
And Unfucking Believable saying must learn. Sure, must learn. Good to learn. Something that's going to keep you motivated. Something that teach you some skills you're going to continue to use down the road. Something to just I think really the ideal here, Seth, is a song that isn't going to turn you off from playing guitar, right? One that's not going to make you give up.
Yes, one that inspires you, like makes you want to go on to the next thing and keep. So it's also good to have some kind of, even if it's not a direct instructor, but someone to give you a little bit of guidance along your way, to keep challenging you with new things, or being in a band where you're writing your own stuff. That would be ideal, right?
Yeah.
And then hopefully you're writing stuff that pushes you, like, oh, I want to sound cool.
And I think Unbelievable kind of nailed it here. Whatever song is going to inspire you to play more, right? Whatever that song is going to make you want to pick up that guitar and keep working at it. Even when you get to that point of frustration, because you always get to that point where you can't play that note or that chord or whatever the case is. You can't make the old digits do what you want them to, right?
You can just slow it down. I mean, I think some people, I in the past would walk away and give up before I would really take the effort. Now I know to make the decision on, do I really want to play this? Then if I do, I take the effort to really slow it down, get the tab, dive in. And that's why when somebody says, "Can you play that?" For the most part, with the exception of like crazy shredding, yes. There's, for this any song, yes, I can play it. But to what level? You know what I mean? Like, I'll go and learn it, but you got to go and just learn it. Slow it down, note by note, increase the speed, and you can get it.
That's a good piece of advice there. We got BC Rich 581. Rob is in the chat here saying happy Friday to everybody. Appreciate you, brother.
What up, Rob? Yeah.
And let's see. We got Edward Robert Nugent Jr. He's saying hello to me and you and the Blue Mob, Liddy Faye and Hip and Randy and Dashville Dave and Brian, unfucking believable, and Earl and Wayne and Terry 3Gs. And oh my God, I think he said hi to everybody.
I know. That's why I just say hi, everybody.
Yep. And we got Steve Guitars watching from across the pond over there in Scotland. Appreciate you saying hello, Guitar Humans.
That's amazing. I love that someone over in Scotland's checking out the channel. Dude, if you're in the Bay Area, homie, hit me up, dude. That's crazy. If I'm in Scotland, I'm finding you.
I'm still trying to figure out why anyone watches us, but
I don't know. Because they like guitars and they like cool people that like guitars that aren't us, that are in the chat.
There you go. Yeah, they're here to talk to everybody else. I like that.
And they find the sound of Eddie soothing. So there's those reasons. For those reasons, we have our, wide following of.
Yeah, so thank you, Steve Cassidy, for being here. We certainly appreciate you, brother. And we got Steve Reeser in the chat.
What up,
Steve? Hi to everybody. Love it that you're here. Thank you, sir. We got Time Surfing Alien, and don't think I didn't notice what you did here.
What?
I'm loving it though. But don't think I didn't notice.
The icon now is a alien with a lamp. I know it's not.
There are now guitars in the background. There are more aliens, and there's a yellow alien down at the bottom. I see what you're doing, and I'm loving it.
Yep.
Getting gentlemen up this game there. And we got JP Page 2 saying hello to everybody. Hello.
What up, JP? What's cracking, man? I went and subscribed to all these people's channel.
Yep. We got Bo Guitar Man 45. Seth.
Bo.
I heard a rumor that there is a new guitar.
Coming down the line for Bo. Nice. I mean, they're always nice high-end things, so it'd be interesting to see what.
I'm not trying to give everything away, but it's a beautiful Les Paul shaped object.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm just saying,
something tells me it's not.
I just want you remember you heard it here first on Guitar Safari.
Do you think maybe it is, or it's probably not a Firefly?
Oh, not with Bo. No, not with Bo.
Come on, Bo. Is this your first Firefly?
Ashley Day says after Cowboy Chords, you got to go with Kate. After Cowboy Chords, you have to go with Crazy Train.
Yes.
Yep.
Crazy Train is specifically on bass has been one of my favorite things. To pick it up to play that, dude. Oh, such a good riff. Oh, so fun.
And Brother Trev is in the chat, and he says his first song is to learn a major scale. Maybe start with C, no sharps, no flats.
And major scale is pretty. Yeah. And then, so it's funny because you teach a kid a bunch of songs, and then you try to talk to them about the 1, 4, 5 concept, and they're like, "Look at you with a blank stare," and then you have to talk about the scale and the number of the scale and where you're at and how you're playing all these rock songs that are the same shape, but they're in different keys.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wow, I know, then they really feel like a musician because they know some concepts.
Oh, for sure. And Time Surfing Alien says, songs to learn, Born in USA, Joker, Money, And then he rounds it off with a nice hello to Hit Metal Works.
Nice. Radioactive. That's by Imagine Dragons. That is a good 4-chord minimal movement, you know. And it does from a double strum bomb bomb.
I remember out of nowhere learning a good part of Losing My Religion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think I've ever played that song, but I know the song. G and A. Dun, dun. It's like 2 or 3 chords.
A and is it a D?
I don't know. They're all the same. All those chords are the same.
But that was a nice easy one, but it was one that you could immediately play and it sounded recognizable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if you have somebody who knows that melody on the mandolin.
Hello there to Martian Murray. He is
saying
hello to everybody in the chat. Hello there, my friend.
Yo.
And Guitar Man 45, he says, well, first for him, you know, with the Mel Bay books, right? Because he started off in the Mel Bay books.
Yes.
And it was one bridge, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and then you move straight to Smoke on the Water.
That's fantastic. Yes, I don't know if I had that Mel Bay book, but I've got a couple of them, and they are kind of like that. They start with Mary Had a Little Lamb or something like some song that I'd never heard before, some kind of weird kid song.
No, Michael Page. I wasn't Michael Page. No, Michael Krause. I wasn't placing the song. It wasn't registering with me. So yeah, now it makes sense. A complicated Zappa song. So that's for beginners.
That's hilarious. Yes. So Zappa is a very complicated man,
us, right?
Yeah. No. So what's funny about that, Michael, is I was the guy across the street and 3 houses up from my old house was Zappa's guitar tech for a lot of years. Merle Saunders, his dad, Merle Saunders Sr., was the keyboard player in Grateful Dead for a long time. So I had and he liked to sit outside, and I hate cigarettes, but he would sit outside, and after he was done with his cigarette, we'd just rap out for a while, and he'd tell me all the cool shit that because I wanted to know, and I knew who. So he'd tell me stuff about Zappa, and I bet, man, I wish Ben could have been standing there with us too, because Ben could have actually applied the knowledge of what he was saying. I was just standing there like, yes, tell me more. But Ben would have actually like learned from it, probably.
Well, Randy is reporting in that he figured out the Smoke in the Water riff on a church piano when it came out. So
amazing. Yes.
I'm sure that made him very popular with the pastor.
Yeah, just don't play Rain and Blood.
Martian Murray says any Nirvana song is easy to learn.
Not all easy though. I mean, I agree. There's a lot of easiness there, but Kurt Cobain was a genius in the way that a lot of his easy stuff wasn't easy, right? I mean, if anybody knows what I'm kind of getting at, like,
well, there's always. I know what you mean though, because there's always those songs that they sound really easy,
and they're not. And then he had solos that would sound
complex. They really are.
He would have solos that would sound kind of scraggly and scrumbly, like he just was playing something to get by, and then you see him in live I saw him in recorded live situations, and he's playing the exact same solo because I'm a guitar player and I'm listening to hear if it's what's on the album, and it's not easy to make, you know, I don't know. He was good. He was, and he would down tune. That's good for kids, for beginners, is to learn a little bit of down tuning. Tune down a little bit and have some fun.
For sure. And Michael Krause brings up an interesting suggestion. He says, I suggest going to the easy Justin guitar songs and picking something you know. It's a place where I've gone to, and I found it very helpful. I enjoy his little guitar lessons on how to play a song and make it easy. Another really good one to go with is what is her name? Something Bateman.
Oh, what about Marty?
Lauren Bateman or Laura Bateman.
Okay.
And she does the same kind of thing, makes a song really easy to play, and then we'll show you how to play it more complicated as well.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because Marty Schwartz does the easy versions too, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And the interesting thing is when you go around to all these guys that they do that, is they all play it a little bit differently.
Totally.
So you can find the way that works for you. It's Lauren Bateman. Lauren Bateman, that's what it is.
This week at school, one of the bands, an all-girl band, didn't have a drummer. So I had to sit in. I didn't have to, but I sat in. I played drums for them so that they could rehearse It's Raining Men. And so here I am with the all-girl teenage band.
Wait. Could you back up and say that one more time?
Yeah. Here, I'm just going to put you where I'm at now. I'm now sitting at a drum set with an all-girl teenage band playing It's Raining Men. Charles, I had the most fun ever. They all don't argue during band practice, and they all actually talk to each other and take criticism. And they were like, oh, Stella, why don't you on that note, we'll go here. I was like, hold on. Aren't you guys supposed to scream and fight? Like, I mean, normally my band practices were not that congenial or whatever. But it was really fun because I just was back there playing drums. Silly.
Well, we got William De Silva in the chat saying, what's up, folks? And he just swapped out a stock pickup in his Vola with a Seymour Duncan custom.
Oh, hell yes.
So fella, he's got some plans.
What's up? That's going to work.
Yeah. And he says, it sounds killer. In case we were wondering, in case we had a doubt.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Pickups are funny that way. Also, good amps will make good pickups sound fantastic. So if you had a good rig to start with, and then you upgrade with some, some good stuff.
And Bo says, yes, Roundabout and Starship Trooper, also good song.
Oh, yep, Starship Trooper. Also, it's nice to know that you can dumb down difficult songs.
I'm so sorry. This just intrigues me because I have never tried to play this song, and it's a song I love. Brother Ed says, "Sitting on the Dock of the Bay" is an easy song to begin to learn.
But not an easy song to sing.
No. So now I'm
like
intrigued because this is one of those songs that I really love. So now I'm gonna have to go learn it because Brother Ed said so.
Somebody said Seth wanted to have them play "It's Raining Shermans," that's Terry. That's a win.
It's raining Shermans.
It's rain, and the funny thing, we were having a crazy storm during the whole thing, and another thing that the girls said was that because their drummer is a super he's really good at drumming, but she's really good at drumming, but she does this triplets, and in a live performance, I just don't think that you can do that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't drive the beat. So I was just playing it, with 4s and 8, just pushing it. And they were like, that beat's so much better. And I was like, well, yeah, it is for a live performance. I mean, you want to be having a blast, pushing it, not, you don't want a bunch of swing, in the beat. I don't know. It just was it's raining, boom. It's almost like you can play it like a rock song almost.
Well, Blue Mox is a challenge for you. He says, come on, because, I don't think the whole not liking the Beatles sat well with some people. And so, come on, Seth, we all live in a yellow submarine. Who didn't get into that?
I get it. I know, man.
I can see that song being your anthem.
I know, because I'm silly, and I am kind of trippy, and I probably, I don't take that wrong. I don't hate the Beatles, but
you riled some folks up because Eddie Faye is right here as well, and he's like, "What about I Want You? She's so heavy."
But I Want You. So is that so I'm so confused right now. Is it about a heavy girl that's really sexy? And he wants her and she's so heavy, or is it that the song is heavy?
I'm not answering this stuff for you. You're gonna have to go listen to the song.
Yeah, I guess because we're
gonna make you listen to the song on this one because you riled up some Beatles fans and they're not having it.
Wait, hold on. I'll piss some more people off real quick. I also missed Rush. And so people will play some Rush, and it's
don't
like,
tell that to Bo. Don't tell that to Bo.
And it's so musical and so amazing, and it's fantastic, and it's great. But I'm like, like fucking sensory overload. I'm a Metallica kid. It's too much.
You understand that the good portion of our audience is Canadian, right? You understand that.
So what I'm saying is they were too good for my brain. Yeah. I had been raised on regular gasoline. You can't just pour in a tank of fucking high octane. Does that make any sense? Like Rush was so much that when I heard him, I was just like, I don't know. I already can't focus in school, guys. You think I can listen to that stuff? Sorry. It was a lot. Yeah, I missed Rush. It was bad. I did go back, and I do love a lot of their music. And when I listen to it, that's one that I stop. I don't go. The Beatles maybe are a push the button. Rush is like, oh, let's hear this, because I haven't heard it everything, so I usually listen. Who is the singer for Rush? Do you remember?
I always remember, Geddy Lee. It's always the first thing.
Geddy Lee was the guitar player.
Bass, and he sang a lot of
bass. Okay. The high pitched. Pitched. Okay.
And so Randy Crook says he was past the forbidden time for Stairway.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hey, Zach Thong, welcome in. He says, I'm happy to be part of two amazing and awesome communities on the YouTube. And this is this is the music community and the WalkTube community in Toronto. Well, thank you, Zach.
Man, dude, Zach, you are what make it a success. So enjoy your success, my friend. We are just here because we didn't have shit to do after Addicted to Gear. And then it just parlayed itself to Friday nights because I am poor and I have to. I'm not poor. I'm one of the richest men I know in happiness, but I had to work on Sundays now to eat.
Well, food. Scott, the only thing I can say to that is I'm a fellow that runs more than one monitor. And so where there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will, there's a way. Charles is in all the rooms. You're like, you do. I love Monday nights with Ben and the funny stuff, right? Sunday nights I can't usually do, again, because I'm working. And then I'm in Wednesday with Brian. Usually this Wednesday I told you, man, I was busy with family. And then, there's a bunch of chats that I go to. And recently I went to everybody's that was in watching somewhere that I recognized, and I was able to click on their thing and then go and instantly subscribe. And then some people only have a couple subscribers and they're like, why are you subscribing to my channel? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just doing it because you're subscribed to mine or you watch Guitar Safari. Either way.
Did you ever notice, though, one of the things I've also noticed is that a lot of the cool songs to learn to play in the beginning have killer bass lines.
Yeah, because the bass is busy. It allows you to do big open chords. Right? Anytime you can do a big Keep On Rocking in the Free World is another one that's, and it also teaches you how to chug. Beverly Hills by Weezer. That's a good one because it has, you're playing the same chords, but it's two different riffs. So two different timing in the chords, right? So you have to be able to, your brain has to map the timing of the change and be able to do it. And I've worked with a number of kids that couldn't get it for a while and then they finally get it.
Yeah.
And it's about getting them to understand the number of the fret and the changes. See, you can say 1 1 3 3, and you can say, I try to say like A1, A3, because if they know their A string and they know their first and their third fret, they can get it. I took this kid on playing bass at school, and she hadn't ever played. Now she's already playing in a band because we color coded the fretboard and she had aptitude and will to do it. Like she wants to be in a band. So she practiced a lot, and I was able to make it to where, all right, I coded the songs, blue, black, purple, yellow, all of the chords. And now she can just play. It's great.
Nice. Nice.
So
I love
good.
that. And then BC Rich, our resident bass player, says the bass riff in Brown Eyed Girl makes me want to set my hands on fire and gouge out my beating heart.
BC Rich, have you ever been to a Green Day concert? Because at my last Green Day concert, I watched their bass player play like a riff, like a do 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 boo 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 boo. I watched him do that for almost 20 minutes straight.
Yeah,
because the singer walked around and said, "Hey, how are you?" Blah 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 blah, which was cool. But I was looking at the bass player. I was thinking, how long can you do this, dude? And because it's a lot of movement in the riff he was doing. Forget what song it is. I'm fucking loaded, but my lips and close my eyes take me away to paradise. That's the song, Paradise.
See, and I love Zach Vaughn because he's our resident acoustic expert, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Beatles' "Here Comes the Sun" is a good song to learn. And that's a song that's just so suited to the acoustic. And it's now that he's mentioned it, now I'm like, yeah, I have to learn that.
Wait, is Zach an acoustic expert or an acoustic player?
He is an acoustic player. He has a great collection of custom acoustics.
Okay, right.
And so in my world, he's an expert.
Okay, well, we should update your definitions of guitar expert because someone who owns a beautiful collection of guitars and plays guitar, even if they're fantastic. I mean, you could be an expert guitar player, but like if I have a $5,000 guitar and I'm taking to the guitar expert, I want them to, you know what I mean? But I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I just thought that we had another luthier in the community who was a particularly acoustic guitar expert. But I hear what you're saying now. I was just thinking he was a luthier.
I got you. And no, Zach, Zach has just put a song on my list because it's one of my favorite Beatles songs. And it's things that you just don't think about. And I'm really digging our topic tonight because it's getting me excited again to play guitar.
You got a list now. You could go back and check the chat and pull out some of this that are great.
And Scott brings out a good point because a lot of the Beatles songs, they sound easy. It's like what we were talking about earlier. They sound easy, but they're not because they did a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're into it, you're gonna want to learn it, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that. I like it when it's harder than you thought it was going to be. Slayer is a lot like that. Slayer those guys could play guitar. They got a lot of hard riffs, but I wasn't that into it. But a couple of riffs I wanted to learn.
We got Michael B in the chat saying, "Hey, all good to see you. Well, it's good to see you, Michael B. I hope you've been well, my friend."
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah, wow. Scott Brockway's chiming in with his first couple songs. He learned "Smoke on the Water," "Rock and Roll Pipeline," "Green Manalishi," and "Born to Be Wild," "Cat Scratch Fever."
Born to Be Wild.
And 8 to 12 bars. Yeah, bar blues. Why not?
Yeah, I think a lot of people said 8 to 12 bar blues, which is exactly what. As soon as I teach I'll teach a minor scale. Yeah. And then I'll go and I'll bring up on Spotify A minor slow blues backing track. And then I'll tell the kid, just play that scale and keep playing it. And then I'll play the backing track and it kind of sounds like they're doing a solo. Mm-hmm. And then I'll teach them about phrasing. Then I'll say, all right, well, now we're just going to play these 3 notes in that scale. And now we're going to try different patterns.
I'm cutting off your thought. Go.
I'm just saying about when A minor, playing a scale over it, and then finding patterns of notes, only 2 or 3 notes, and doing phrasings. Boo, 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 ba, ba, boo, bee, bee, bop, ba, ba, ba. It gives you that expression because now you're figuring out which way do you want to go. Anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to.
Well, no, not at all. I've been excited because I've been waiting for someone to bring up the song all night. "Knocking on Heaven's Door" was one of the first songs that I learned to play where I knew it and I could recognize it and I could tell I was playing it right, and it just excited me, right?
Such a good song.
It just, simple, 4 chords, right? It's like
such a good song.
And but it's one that when I haven't had time to pick up a guitar in a long time, it's where I start.
Right. And most, well, I think most people nowadays, when we start playing, like we would be embarrassed to write a song as simple as Knocking on Heaven's Door. But how good is that? You know, 4 chords. Howdy. What was that?
Welcome to Roadie's Jam Cave. Hello there, my friend. How are you doing?
What up? Brody's Jam Cave. Brody's Jam Cave. Not Rody.
With an R. Yeah.
Okay. Rody with an R. Okay. Okay. I can't read that far away. What up, Brody? Yeah. I love the Jam Cave. That's basically, we take a 360 in my room. That's what I got is a jam cave in here. Got my tech bench behind me, soldering's over here, got my amps all, but we've done the 360. You could research it.
We got everybody coming in tonight. Here you got Eric at the Art of Noise, and welcome in. We got Jimmy Botter with the What's Up.
What's up?
Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
Jimmy, how you doing there, my friend? How you doing?
You know, so I fixed that. Well, it didn't work. I fixed that neck with the one that blew out the nut thing completely. I decided to go back with wood. So I fixed it with wood, but then I realized the wood is way too soft. I need to go get just a little chunk of some really good rosewood. I don't want to have to sacrifice anything else as a donor here. I did it with mahogany, and I even matched the mahogany really well, but it was too soft.
Yeah.
And I kind of chipped out. But the way I did it, I'm 100% confident you'll never know when I'm done. So I'm going to show when it's done.
I love it because people are bringing up the songs that that I worked on and I was really proud of. Right, so Randy Crooks is saying one of the easiest songs is "Horse with No Name," and we've both know that I've played that when I sent you the recording. And and enjoyed learning that song for sure.
Into a desert on a horse with no name. My first song that I kind of wrote on my own and was jamming was D A E minor. Land on the E minor and crunch. You know, I probably played that 4 million times. That
there you go.
Oh yeah,
and it's like that. So I think the 3 songs that I learned to play kind of early on that I was really proud of, and enough to where I felt comfortable to send people recordings of me playing them.
Right.
Where I don't think I ever sent anyone playing Knocking on Heaven's Door, but I sent you Horse with No Name,
right?
And I sent that to Ben as well. And the other song was whoa, wow, I'm drawing a blank now.
No biggie. I mean, it's kind of like it's almost harder to Simple Man. Yeah, simple kind of man. Yeah. It's almost harder to record yourself a little bit than to just do a performance because the performance is over, and then it's over, right? And then
the recording is there, and
the recording's there, and it can be analyzed, and people can say, "Oh, well, this part had the." It's like, come on, man, don't this part me. I was just sending you a clip. You know what I mean? Like, I've worked with a producer when I was making music, which was always interesting because the producer, although genuine and loving and would want to, add all stuff that they love into the song that I am trying to make. And so I'd come back and I'd hear a cut and there'd be a bunch of bongos in it or something. And you're like, where did the bongos come from, dude? I don't own a bongo. There was no bongo tracks in my mind when I wrote this song. Where are you getting the bongos from? I mean, he's like, but you don't like, bro.
Want to welcome in Charles Green and welcome in my friend. How are you doing? He is up next and he's going to have a great show right after us. So
with
Mitch Heyman, what in the Mitch Heyman going on here?
What the Mitch? Hey Mitch, I saw one of your videos the other day, and it was about something where it went over to a clip with some guy talking about some stuff. You clipped in on the guy. That guy had the best lighting I had ever seen in my life. Or like YouTube lighting that I had seen in like a long time. I don't know who that guy is, but I don't even know. But I was like, damn, I have to up my game because I'll never have a YouTube studio like that because it's whatever. But and I think maybe that guy spent too much time on his lighting and not enough time just having fun doing the content. right? You can't be all stressed out
sure.
about your lighting. If you're doing one of those sensors before your show to get your white balance, you lost me. You know, I'm obviously not white balance. I'm so pink every time, and then I'll come in here and turn on the heater and forget to turn it off and be all red and sweaty. Hilarious.
I don't know what to do with that. I just don't.
Well, it's a little room, and I got this little heater. If I turn it on, I don't, and I don't get up and turn it off for a whole hour, it gets hot in here. Your skin gets red.
Well, Michael Krause says someone he knows played "Smoke on the Water" on a Carolian, which is the bell towers. They.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's amazing. Boom, boom.
Yes,
boom.
Lauren Bateman was the one I was talking about. Another one to learn easy songs from.
Oh, okay. That's the recommendation for the Marty Schwartz-esque,
right?
Easy and then more advanced, quick tutorials.
Yep.
Which I should probably send some of that because you know what I want my 12-year-old nephew Nolan to get better. Oh, we all talk. Wow, everybody knows Nolan now. You know what I want Nolan to get better at is just his open chords. He's good at everything. He's good at everything he tries. I mean, but he hasn't started on a acoustic guitar. So hear me out here, right? He started on electric. So there you get into power chords, but you do need that fundamental that we all get, people who started on acoustic.
Seth, I am so sorry, but I have to put this comment up right away because it's got me rolling. So welcome in, Ryan. He says, "Hey, now can a fella learn Wonderwall in here?"
Hey now,
and welcome in, Hover Roadie. How you doing, my friend? He says a shark in Jet's clothing is a mega easy riff, but you can play each. You can ring each note clean and sound very cool.
That's a big part of it. You can sound very cool playing minimal stuff if you can play it clean. Like clean and clean tone when you start playing in a band. I know jamming alone, it's fun to have, do whatever you want. You start jamming in a band, clean tone. I always start clean and add gain because it sounds better, I think, with cleaner tone.
There you go. I got that.
Yeah. It's been so long I've been in a band, but I've been jamming in the high school now with different bands and all different kids. So it's been jamming again a little bit.
And I love it when folks bring up something and someone else adds on to it. Like Randy Crooks is saying "Zombie" by the Cranberries is easy to learn. And then DC Rich says, "Zombie is a great one to learn both bass and guitar parts too as well."
Totally, because the bass has that little walk up at that, and the guitar part you can teach in stages as well. You can do a super easy single string version. You can do power chords, and then you can do the full real song.
And Scott Brockway says not liking the Beatles is a crime against music.
Again, it's not that I don't like the Beatles. It's just that I don't like the Beatles.
Brody says Yellow Submarine has those cool chords in it.
I know, that's fine. I'm just kidding about that. The thing is, maybe I was overexposed to too much Beatles.
I love it. But that's
okay.
That's
Seven Nation Army,
right?
Yeah,
we all like different things, and we can give each other a little bit of grief for it.
Creep
in a nice way.
Creep is a great 3-chord song to get. Yep. He's going to jail. Oh, come on. Why am I going to jail? Oh, going to jail for not liking the Beatles?
Beatles, yeah.
Oh, man.
But Time Surfing Alien is backing you up. She says, "I'm with you, Seth. Not a big Beatles fan."
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, right, bro. I missed a couple of moments, and I'm sure. So here's the thing. I could connect with it probably if I was a little bit older and was going through that time in my life, but I wasn't until, first cassette tape for me, I'm pretty sure was 1984 by Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it at the same time that I got Diver Down. I was like, oh, Van Halen. Somebody told me Van Halen was cool. So I got Diver Down and 1984, and then I got into like Dio, Last in Line. So I started out kind of heavy, you know, and I got softer as time went on. I remember like liking Prince, and my brother was like, "You can't like Prince. That's not heavy enough." And I was like,
I love it. Well, Zach Thong saying his first song that he ever learned was Last Kiss by Pearl Jam.
"Ooh, boom. Last Kiss. Oh, that's going to be on acoustic. I got you, Zach. Yes, that's not easy. That's not super easy. You're probably a shredder.
Nowhere Man and Nowhere Land is more like Seth style.
Yeah. Yep.
Welcome in, John, ZD351. He says, "Oh, geez, not Zombie. Every time I hear that song, it gets stuck in my head."
Yeah, there are those. Dude, Seven Nation Army is one that I, you have to love it because it's so it's such a good tool.
Army is one of those ones when you hear it, it's going to run through your head for the rest of the day. It just is.
Yep. Part of learning music is when you learn more about it, it kind of takes the magic out of when you start hearing songs, you start hearing timing and changes, and you don't listen to this. It's like I worked at a movie studio for 10 years, animated movies, and I'll never watch them the same, because I think about the production and the people sitting there at the computers and the meetings and the so when you dissect something, sometimes it better than other people, but you also have demystified it in a way, and your brain hears it different.
See, Ryan's on board with. He doesn't much care for the Beatles, and he doesn't really care for the Stones either. And one of these days, I want to hear the story. When he came on the show, I should have asked him about it. But what is his issue with the Stones?
Yeah, I'm not a Stones fan either, really. I mean, I don't hate them. I do like some of their riffs. I'm not a Jagger fan for the most part. And then you think I would have got the Grateful Dead. And who was offended by me being honest was Merle. After, Grateful Dead, huh? Yeah, don't care. Yeah, your dad's great, but don't care. I might want a signature for my brother.
Found with the Grateful Dead stuff, I could kind of pick and choose.
Yeah, they have some good stuff, but it's not my deal. I mean, they have good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I mean.
All right, so Unbelievable says, "Look, let's get back on topic. Must learn songs, like them or not. Louie Louie, Sunday Bloody Sunday, Hang On Sloopy, and Behind Blue Eyes."
Sunday Bloody. I can dig that.
I can get into. I like that list.
I can get into some Sunday Bloody Sunday. So if you came with that list to my band practice, I'd be like, "Oh, we're in tune. We got a couple over here."
Mm-hmm.
I'd be down with that, homie. And I don't argue, because sometimes you get into playing a song that you think you don't like, and it's actually more fun. Like you get into playing it a few times, and you're like, "Oh, this is okay." Yeah, I heard that some kids playing a song the other day that I'd never really thought of it having such a cool guitar part in it. I'm trying to think what the song was. Too many songs. But anyway, it had this amazing, fun guitar part that I was like, "Oh, I could dig that. I could play that. Play that song." Forget what it was, though.
So here's another good list, right? Wild Thing by the Trogs.
Got to do Wild Thing.
Yep. The other hardcore versions, but the version by the Trogs, why not?
Another song that the kid asked me to play that I had to say kind of no was Blitzkrieg Pop. And I was like, it's too fast. You're not chugging. Now, if we could slow it down and play it at 60 BPMs, you could do that, but not.
I love that Scott brings up Wipeout here, because this is one I've been working on here and there.
To get the chromatic all the notes.
You sit there as you work, it is a workout for your fingers. If you're going to play it up the tempo.
Yeah. And learning about how useful learning your chromatic notes in between the scales that, you know, and the runs that you can do that are notes right next to each other that are so easy to play, and chords that you can descend on that it still stays in tune. It's great. What's Jeff saying? I can't read it.
Jeff said this may have come up already, but when you first discover 5 chords for rock guitar, a chord made up of the first and fifth notes, instant rock guitar power chords, then you're 12, and it's a game changer.
That's funny because we had Nolan on last week, and he is exactly 12, and he is exactly rocking those power chords, and it is a game changer. Oh, and speaking of power chords, one thing that I teach is a lot of kids, when they're playing power chords, they'll have their hand like this. Chords, and you got to teach them to do this, and you say, hey, flip me off. No, you're not flipping me off. This is the one opportunity I'm giving you to flip your teacher off the whole entire lesson. And then they like that, and they're like, I can flip off my teacher. And then they get that, and you see their hand loosen up and those muscles not be so tight, and they suddenly are playing way clearer. So remember, everybody.
Well, and I think BC Rich, you know, kind of says it here. You know, it's, you know, you think you know the bass part, but your guitar abilities aren't at more level. But the whole point of everything is to have fun and enjoy stuff, right?
Yeah. People that think that the bass line is the more rudimentary are oftentimes wrong.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
So yeah, if you think that the guitar part's the more confusing, usually it's not. Well, a lot of guitar, there's usually a part in the song that was written for maybe a singer with a guitar where they're just...
there are a lot of songs that are really kind of carried by the bass riff, right? It's like...
Totally.
And it fills a lot of stuff. And it's... But, you know, a lot of times you'll have the bass guitar lead, you know, do kind of like the lead into the song, and then the guitar kicks in.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. The flip off totally worked, guys. I'm telling you, it's one of those teaching tools that try it next time you're playing your guitar, and you will thank me next week that you'll be like, oh my God, my hand's less crampy and I look better, and I get to get my aggressions out because I'm flipping off everybody as I'm playing. It's great.
Keith H says, how come I can picture Seth singing Come Together?
Because I'll sing it. I mean, if it was
like Bailey.
And John, you know what? Okay, I like Come Together.
We got him.
You gotta get me there. I do like Come Together. You know, that is heavy. That song can be heavy, and I like it. All right, I'll give you that. Who sings it? Is that Harrison? Is that Harrison that sings that? Do we know? It's you guys obviously know. I think it's, or is that McCartney? Paul McCartney. I also like a singer who doesn't get easily beaten up by girls. I want a singer like James frickin' Hetfield that you can't beat up with a
Seth. I don't know
flour and a bagel. But bagel? That's too American. You need a croissant. Sorry, that was awful. It was pretty good, but it was awful.
I cannot believe it. This has been such a fun topic, and it's got me really excited to go pick up a guitar again, because now I've got a list of songs that I want to go and play and everything.
Do the Wonderwall jam and freaking, I mean, shit, this is what I'm going to be doing on Sunday, everybody. So every time when I'm leaving to, you know, the chat from Tony's, see you guys later, going to work, I'm literally going to play all these songs.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a good one by Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, that's not our crap.
That's what I thought too. Come Together was Lennon on the vocals.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Yeah, Lennon. So that, I like it. I think I probably like his.
Yeah, John was singing on that.
Tone. Yeah.
And thank you, Hit Metal Works. Good reminder. We have a Water Buffalo meeting coming up on Wednesday. We'll be celebrating Ferd Burfle's 70th birthday.
Oh, so, wow. Hell yeah.
If you're a member of the Water Buffalo Society, be there and tell this fine gentleman how happy we are to celebrate his day.
Can't wait. We got to go over to Mitch Hamon's, but I think I might have not done the Beatles, Charles. I was a sensitive kid, and that dude that got murdered in the Beatles, I might have just been, I can't deal with it.
I get that. John Lennon got assassinated, sure.
Yeah, and that's deep, right? And maybe I didn't want to deal with thinking about that as a kid, and so I was just like, I'm on Metallica only, guys. Sorry.
Well,
but then Cliff Burton died too, so who knows? I got through that somehow. Anyway,
but it's been a great show. I really enjoyed it. I certainly hope the chat has. Seth, I
appreciate you. Yeah, hell yeah, this is great. I love chatting with all our peeps and new peeps. There's new peeps
for sure. And so everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for making it such a great show. Go on over, check out Charles Green and Mitch Heyman. They're gonna have a fantastic show. So
this way,
a great way to start a weekend.
No, guys, don't go out that other guys. Go through that door. God, that Mitch Heyman's over there.
Don't get Mitch Heyman's way.
Yeah, everybody was going out the other way, Charles. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for making my Friday, because it was a hard week, and everybody here made it way better.
For sure. Till next time.
Come on, people. Charles and me. About to take you on guitar. Turn on your computer, turn on your phone. 'Cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles and me. We're about to take you on guitar story. Turn on your computer.